Thank you for watching Scary Bear Attacks. If you like this episode, please remember to hit the like button and leave a comment or two, then subscribe and click on the bell to receive notifications of whenever we release new videos. Also, please remember to share them to your social media.
Welcome back to Scary Bear Attacks. Today's episode takes us to a private cabin about 4 miles southeast of Alpine, Arizona. At the city center, the elevation is 8,032 feet, but the top of Escudilla Mountain stretches to over 10,031 feet high. Alpine is surrounded by the White Mountains and is located in the Apache-Sitgreaves National Forest. The headwaters of the San Francisco River begin nearby, and this area is a great place for fishing, hunting, and camping in its meadows, streams, and forests. This area is dappled with pockets of ponderosa and pinyon pine, juniper, and quake and aspen, and higher elevations with bushes such as cliff rose and Arizona thistle blossoming among the wild grasses. Elk and deer wander the forests and meadows as they search for mates and iron out their pecking order for breeding season. Predators here are numerous and range in size from foxes and bobcats to coyotes, mountain lions, Mexican gray wolves, and black bears. Black bears are the only bear species in Arizona and can be found in a broad range of habitats due to their adaptability. They live in woodlands and deserts along riparian zones, as well as chaparral and forests. In habitats so varied, they can be expected to live in any location in the state of Arizona. On May 23, 2024, the Hawkins family was visiting their family cabin near Alpine. The property had 2 separate buildings on it and has been a peaceful retreat for the family for many years. Shane and Carol are the proud parents of 18-year-old Parker and 15-year-old Brigham. The family had enjoyed the day fishing, and after arriving at the cabin had split into different areas of the property to unwind in their own ways. Brigham had the urge to binge on his favorite YouTube videos and made his way to the second cabin, leaving his mother and father as well as his brother in the primary cabin. As he entered the cabin, he left the door open to allow the cool evening breeze to relieve the warmth of the day. Plopping himself down on the couch, he toggled through YouTube in search of his favorite Pokemon videos. As Brigham was immersed in the plot of the video, a very dangerous and stealthy visitor had found the open door to the cabin. The television Brigham was watching faced away from the door, allowing the bear to silently pad right up next to him without being noticed. A little information about Brigham is in order to understand his predicament. He's small for his age, due to a neurological issue that limits his movement. Brigham moves slowly and has a difficult time dealing with anything that requires him to use precise or rapid movements. With the bear now lurking mere inches from the back of Brigham's head, the young man had no idea of what was about to occur. There was no woofing or snapping of its jaws. Without warning, the bear swatted Brigham across the face from behind him, gashing his nose and bruising his head. Knocking the young man over, the bear began to attack the top of his head by biting and clawing at his scalp. Though taken completely by surprise, the pain the bear inflicted on Brigham brought a primal yell from his throat. He screamed in horror for help once he realized a bear had ambushed him on his own couch. Adjacent to the primary cabin, Parker was working in the garden when he heard his brother screaming for help. Shane and Carol were in the primary cabin and couldn't even hear the screams. Parker knew Brigham would only scream like that in a dire situation and sprinted to the secondary cabin to see what was going on. Once Parker entered, he glanced around the room to see what he thought was a funny-looking dog standing over his brother. Entering the room so abruptly, Parker immediately drew the focus of the bear from Brigham to himself. As he turned to run to the primary cabin, the bear dashed after him in pursuit of its newly found prey. As the angry bear gave chase after Parker, Brigham tried to regain his senses. As he did so, and in the confusion of chasing Parker, the bear suddenly ran back in and swatted Brigham on the arm, before turning to chase Parker once again. Parker only had a few yards to run to the primary cabin and had much more motivation than the bear to make it there as quickly as possible. Parker dashed through the front door and slammed it shut in the bear's face. With the bear distracted, Brigham was somehow able to close the door on the secondary cabin. Now isolated on the porch of the primary cabin, the bear paced back and forth for a few seconds before slumping onto the couch there. As the family watched it through the window, it glanced around as if pondering what to do next. Inside the cabin, Carol called 911 and reached out to neighbors to recruit help for her family. Shane noticed that the bear was looking away, so he took the opportunity to make a mad dash toward the second cabin that sheltered Brigham. Seeing Shane bolt from the door, the bear followed him in close pursuit. As soon as Shane leapt up the stairs, he raced inside the door and slammed it in the bear's face. With Shane and Brigham holed up in the secondary cabin and Carol and Parker holed up in the primary cabin, the bear meandered around the property. By this point, Arizona Fish and Game officers had been alerted by the 911 dispatcher and were already en route to the Hawkins cabins. Upon arriving, they began searching for the bear as it had fled the cabins. Less than 40 yards away from the cabins, the black bear was discovered and immediately dispatched by authorities. Now safe, Shane and Carol drove Brigham to the hospital, where he was treated for gashes to his face and arm, as well as injuries to his scalp. A round of rabies shots was administered as a precautionary step. He's expected to make a full recovery. Regarding the bear, its corpse was taken for analysis, which revealed it was a 3-year-old male. Tissue samples were taken for examination for rabies and other diseases. Following her son's attack, Carol stated that she believes the bear would have killed Brigham had Parker not distracted it. The Hawkins family expressed disappointment that the bear had been killed, but also acknowledged that its behavior was out of the norm for black bears. She commented that there are not many kids who can say they got into a fight with a bear and won, like Brigham did. If you would like to donate to Brigham's medical bills, I've posted a link in the video article below to a GoFundMe page from the Scary Bear Attacks community, and I've already made an initial contribution myself. Hopefully we can help the Hawkins family offset a portion of his treatment, and maybe he can get a gaming system or something cool out of it. As of June 2023, the state of Arizona is host to around 2,500 black bears. Brigham's attack is the 16th documented since 1990, with 2 of those being fatal to the human victim. After reviewing the facts surrounding this episode, I'm left with a few questions for you. Do you think the increase in attacks since 1990 is due to an increasing bear population in Arizona, or is there another reason? Would the bear have killed Brigham if his brother hadn't stepped in? Are you surprised that black bears can be anywhere in the state of Arizona? Will you make sure to close the door next time you're watching Pokemon videos on YouTube? I'm not sure what Pokemon is, but I know my door will be shut and locked. I will gladly read and reply to your thoughts, so please post them in the comments section below, and let's talk about it.
Thank you for watching Scary Bear Attacks. If you've enjoyed this episode, please consider clicking on the like button and clicking on the bell icon. We'll help you know when we post our new episodes. Posting our video links to your social media profiles furthers awareness, and it's fun. We slashed our prices in our merch store, linked below, so check out the bargains there while you shop. As a member of our human community, remember to adventure bravely and be careful out there, especially in bear country.